Tennessee for a great SEC rivalry, as the hometown Volunteers will have more than 20,000 of their fans here today as the Kentucky Wildcats come to town. Always a fun game between these two.
The Mets now.
Yelovich making his second start in a row. Now Oweh back into Yelovich. Pretty feed for the first bucket of the day for the Wildcats. New game of his career in that double overtime win over A&M. Career highs in both points and rebounds. Johnson puts up a three, and the lefty drops it through.
Well, you can't let his job of sealing and carving out that space, because he can get lower than Malachi Marino.
Yelovich open for three. Count it.
Yelovich
misses the three. Right now the Volunteers on an 11-0 run. Jasper Johnson will end that. Boy, is that a nice looking shot.
Well, that's Kentucky in transition, and even though he was 1-on-2,
couple of scoreless games in Tennessee's last two.
I'm not sure one-on-one in the post is going to be in Kentucky's favor. It's been too easy for Tennessee to get the ball inside.
Corner three for Colin Chandler. He is the team leader in made threes on the season. That's his 29th.
Kentucky's got some matchups they can take advantage of right now.
Screened by Diabate. Johnson, the lefty, up and in, and he's had the last two buckets, or two of the last three buckets now for Kentucky.
Improve his passing angle. That was a veteran play by a freshman.
Drive and finish there by Diabate to make it a 7-point game as we near the midway point of the first half here in Knoxville. Off to Aberdeen. Carey switches on to him. Aberdeen finds Chandler in the corner.
Good job to chase him off that three-point line.
Chandler, nice pass. Johnson in and out of his hands, gets it back and hits. A broken play, but they finally get a basket.
And not an easy shot by the lefty Jasper Johnson along the baseline.
Carey got it back. Missed again. And that goes back to your point about Tennessee as a team not converting enough around the rim.
Yeah, you can't get easier opportunities. You got to make those.
Chandler buries a three, and a little spark here for the visitors.
That's a 5-point swing for Kentucky. Those two misses by Carey led to transition for Kentucky.
Made a couple of big shots in the win over A&M on Tuesday. Misses a three. Gamble there. Chandler comes down with it, and now Kentucky can try to run some offense 5-on-5. Johnson, two more. He's got a dozen, and it's a 10-point game. Over and back because there was no possession before the ball went into the backcourt. It was just a loose ball. Carey takes the feed from Gillespie, smothered by Marino.
Passing lane knocked that ball away.
And Boswell was just taken out of the game after that pass and got an earful from his coach. A three for Aberdeen, and Kentucky has it into single digits.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. A great cut by Nate Ament. That's how you break pressure to score.
And that is his first field goal of the afternoon. Don't look now, though.
Aberdeen on the floor, and he can just concentrate on scoring.
Diabate, lefty up.
And that was on the rim.
Like it was on the rim. Yeah.
That's no good.
Wave it off. That's basket interference.
Well, you always know that Diabate wants to get back to that level. Is defend, rebound. I mean, he's relentless. Chases down every loose ball. What a bad pass.
Gillespie turns it over. Aberdeen finds Diabate. Got his miss and lays it in.
But kept his poise late in the clock.
And that's got the crowd back into it here as well. Marino one-on-one with Arcara. Chandler. It goes.
And he got hit by Nate Ament as he was flying by. And the corner defender has to come off a corner shooter.
And Ament is feeling it and heating up here in the second half. Tennessee by 7. Not for long. Aberdeen is hot as well.
Best ball movement of the game. Diabate got a piece of the paint, kicked it out. They made the extra pass.
Kentucky's got it down to 4 again. Gillespie gets a piece of the paint. Blocked by Marino. Oh, did Johnson get away with a walk? Loose ball at the other end belongs to Tennessee.
Boy, what an opportunity for Kentucky.
This is the first game of a very busy day in the SEC, including a terrific game coming up next between a couple of ranked teams. It'll be Florida at Vandy right after us on ESPN, as once again it's down to 4.
Well, you just can't leave Colin Chandler open like that, where he shoots it without having to put it on. The switch now, Diabate being guarded by Gillespie.
Aberdeen, who's been big here in the second half, steps in. Soft touch to knock it down.
Boy, he's been the offense in this second half for Kentucky. Cleared out the right side so Gillespie could go one-on-one. Just a really good drive to the basket by Evans.
So Tennessee doing just enough right now to keep Kentucky at arm's length. Owe got it. He needed that. They needed that, and it's down to 3.
Boy, Tennessee has to stay on the floor on. And if you go to block the shot, that opens up the offensive glass.
Marino with great low position, and he is going to the line with a chance for 3.
Just sealed off Nate Ament and was wide open under the basket.
Shot clock at 5. Aberdeen's a long way from the basket. Keeps the dribble alive and finishes.
Boy, what a great job by Aberdeen to keep his primary defender on his hip after that screen. Kentucky has had point-blank opportunities that they haven't finished.
Owe comes up with a loose ball and finishes.
Boy, just a mishandling of the ball. Looked like Gillespie was trying to give it up to Brown, and Owe was able to take it the other way. That's Kentucky when it's at its best in transition. They're
the Volunteers at the defensive end of the floor.
Nate Ament guarding Otega Owe over in the corner.
Aberdeen the lob. Diabate the kick. Good recovery by Ament. Spin by Owe around and out. Offensive rebound Diabate. Floater. Aberdeen. 3-point game. He has been sensational in the second half. 2 minutes remain in regulation. Chandler gets it back. Drives on Carey. Finds Diabate, and it's a 1-point game.
Well done by Colin Chandler to play off 2 feet.
With a minute and a half to go. Gillespie has to pick up his dribble. Gets it back from Okpara. 5 on the shot clock. Driving on Owe. And is fouled.
The 8th 20-point game of the season for Tennessee.
Two-point game. Screen Marino. 10 to shoot. Into the final minute. Shot clock at 5. Owe. Too strong. But a foul is called on Nate Ament to send Owe to the line for 2.
But he's still, it doesn't matter. He's still in the, you have to come down before the shot attempt is over.
One of 2 and a 1-point game. Rick Barnes hollering out a play, not using a timeout, telling Gillespie what he wants him to run. Oh, it's stolen by Chandler. Owe, and Kentucky has its first lead of the afternoon. Unbelievable.
What a spectacular steal by Colin Chandler. Coming off a little fade screen, Gillespie tried.
The turnover story has reversed itself from the first half. A miss on the free throw, but an offensive rebound. You can see about a 13-14 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Tennessee will play the possession out. Aberdeen the drive, and he hits. What a second half for Denzel Aberdeen.
What an amazing comeback by Kentucky.
And Rick Barnes will use a timeout. A stunning turn of events here in recent minutes as Kentucky has taken the 2.6 to go. Deliberate miss. Tipped. Carey had it. And the game will Kentucky pulling off a win here in Knoxville. And now we got some pushing and shoving between Carey and Oweh. And the coaching staffs are trying to get in the middle of the players to make sure the lid doesn't blow off of this one. Kentucky with the win, and fortunately, it doesn't escalate. It may have been Garrison, not Oweh. I beg your pardon, all kinds of bodies around. And then it got a little heated, and it was Carey shoving Oweh. Oweh may have said something to him, and Jalen Carey shoved him. Again, the coaching staffs got in between them, and fortunately, it didn't get any worse than that.
Yeah, good job by the officials there to get in there and the coaches to make sure that this didn't escalate into something really ugly.
And Mark Pope getting down there, grabbing Garrison. The game is over. The Wildcats win and extend their winning streak to 3. All 3 of them coming back from double-digit deficits. What a game. 80-78 Kentucky over Tennessee. More SEC coming your way.